Okay, O'Reilly's came and dropped off our new batteries. Took back the cores. We'll get these in here in a few minutes and get this thing all started up. All right, the new batteries are in. They're very heavy. Tyler had to do that. I could not do that. They are 127 pounds a piece, and to lift them and lean over, and there's no way my back was going to let me do that, and I don't want to get hurt again. But they're in there now, and we're getting ready to turn the switch back to on. We'll be trying to start it in a few minutes here. It got down to 45 degrees last night. It's currently 55 degrees, but I assume the engine block is pretty well, around 45 to 50 degrees, so it may require some juice, but we'll see. I'm going to try it without it. Okay, turning the switch to go. Both batteries. Okay, we got some vice grips on the rack in case for some reason an injector does stick. You're able to dial back against the governor there. If not, we did confirm that the emergency flapper is working in here. That shuts off the air to the blower there. Everything's primed, ready to go. Okay, it's cold, so instead of using ether, because we don't want to do that yet, I'm going to have Tyler hold the rack to the off position. Right now it's trying to turn over, and it's continually spraying very cold fuel into the cylinders every time it does that. So we're going to hold the rack to the off position while I turn it over. It won't start, but it's going to not introduce that cold fuel, and hopefully the friction from the heat of the pistons going up and down a few times will build some heat, and then we'll try it, and then so we'll do it for like 10 seconds with no fuel, and then we'll try it with fuel, and maybe it'll start.
Yep. Okay. Burn your eyes. It's hard to breathe. You see the problem I was having? Throttled it up for you and I couldn't breathe.
Fire it up again here now that we've had it running. Hopefully it won't look quite so much like Fast Times at Ridgemont High back here. Give it a little bit of throttle if you can, we'll see what it does there.
Once you start it or to start it?
No, once I start it.
Okay. Yeah, I was making like 20 pounds just cranking. I couldn't really see it once it started though. I lost it in the cloud. Yep. shutdown. I forgot it's 4104 and it's an air shutdown.
Yeah, I'm thinking we should let it run long enough to air up so the suspension comes up over there and then it'll be higher and level. Should we do that?
Well, let's give it a good once over and probably get the valve cover back on before we, well, no, we really should leave it off in case we need to use the air shutdown.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll start it again. Are we rolling? Okay, I'll start it again. We'll just get it aired up real quick and then we'll shut it off.
Okay. You want to yell back when it's got air pressure?
Okay.
Do you want me to high idle it or just let it idle up?
Its idle is way too low.
Okay, I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to see how quickly Tyler's bus starts here at 55 degrees, 45 degrees overnight. This is about a half hour after we started the other one. That's a good freaking motor he's got. That's disgusting how easy that thing starts.
With car batteries.
Used old car batteries. It's got a good engine in it, man. So we're getting ready to run it and set the governor gap right there. So the distance between here and here when it's not on the idle spring. So in between. So Tyler's got a 0.002 shim that Joe gave me. That's what I've been using. It's pretty easy to step down in there. Okay, we're going to back the idle screw all the way off here. Okay, we just ran the rack on it. The idle screw's all the way out. The buffer screw is out. Getting ready to set the timing on the injectors and the exhaust valves next. Setting the injector timings here, 1.460. Number 6 was high, number 3 was low, and number 5 is what?
High.
High.
And they're pretty over tightened on the adjusters.
Yeah, they're even kind of rounded a little bit because somebody's been in there over cranking on them. These are the HV injectors, so my regular snap-on tool doesn't work very well.
I'm surprised it even got close. Mine doesn't even get close usually on HVs, but the ones I've done have the higher rockers on them.
Yeah.
I haven't done one with one of these lower rockers.
Yeah, when they have that little spinny cap on the end, that kind.
Yeah, that stick up like an extra half inch.
Very low. All right, we're going to get ready to do an oil change in there, and we're going to wash everything down. They ran this before they pulled it from the other bus, and they had some stuck injectors, I think, in it. They had everything apart, and they ran it with the fan and everything. So there's a bunch of dirt up in the valve cover up there. So we're going to clean all that out, wash it all out, drain it to the bottom, get it flushed out, and then change the oil change, and then get it going again. But that definitely needs to get cleaned out up there and get all the sludge out of there. But we just want to warm it up, get it all going, and we're going to rinse that top down real well. We didn't put that dirt in there. That was, again, from them, but it's definitely in there. But we'll get it cleaned out.
Yep.
It's getting better. It's definitely running way smoother than what it was.
Oh yeah.
So not just the hunt, but even the smoothness of each cylinder. It's gonna have some smoke till it gets some miles on it. That's always how they are if they sat for a long time like that. But yeah, we'll keep going from here. Yeah.
If not, emergency shutdown.
Yep.
And step back. Hang on a second. We're gonna screw this grease fitting back in the throttle shaft.
Oh, you had something on top of the. Is that what was on top?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I left it there so I could look at it. It's in there.
If it takes off, I'll flip it back off right away. Okay.
Okay.
Took it up to the governor. Smokey out.
Oh yeah.
So there you can see the little notch that has to get made in order for this to fit on there. It's inside that, so you're totally good. It's just a sliver that needs to come out so you can mount the spring brakes. Then you still have room to get them caged back here. So we're going to be good to go. Okay, we'll have a little cleanup to do there, but I'm going to talk to the owner and see what he wants to do at this point. Really, I think if we get some miles on it, there's a good chance it's going to clear up quite a bit. If not, I've got the other set of injectors that came out of the other one, which are N series. So I'll have to make a few modifications, but I can do that. And I think that if it's an injector issue, that'll clear up some of the smoke too, because those HVs are very well known for that. But let's get some miles on it before we make a determination. But let's put a caution on how much more money we're throwing into things at this point. Let's just finish the little tasks that we have. Like let's not get that radiator welded up right now, because this might all have to come back out again anyways, and go from there. So let's just finish up, get the spring brake conversion done, get it back together, running, driving, get the bumper back on it here, and go from there. Just going to do a quick degrease tomorrow and get all that oil that we slobbered out of there. But let's get some miles on it before we make a determination of what's going on. And then if it's still smoking a lot, we'll swap the injectors out. And then from there, we'll make another determination where to go. But not all hope is lost. It seems to run strong. It seems like it's got some power. We haven't had a load on it. Once it gets on the highway with some load, that should really start clearing things up.